And these media folks falling for the okie doke. Oh, Trump is changing his language. He's not changing his language. He's saying the exact same things. In fact, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is calling him out on this very issue. Here's what Jeffries said.
Donald Trump is lying. This is an individual who has said, along with the other extreme MAGA Republicans, that they are proud to have taken down Roe v. Wade. Donald Trump put 3 Supreme Court justices in place, several of whom, in my view, misrepresented their position before the United States Senate, claiming that Roe v. Wade was settled law. And then the first opportunity they had, took Roe v. Wade down and put the women of America in a position where abortion care has been criminalized in state after state after state. The extreme MAGA Republicans have been very clear. They do not believe in a woman's freedom to make her own reproductive health care decisions. The only reason the former president is claiming to be for states' rights is because he knows he's not for women's rights when it comes to reproductive freedom. And he recognizes that he's in a politically vulnerable position. But there is absolutely zero reason to believe that the extreme MAGA Republicans, the first chance that they had with a Congress controlled by right-wing conservatives, and God help us all, a Republican president, would not impose a nationwide ban on abortion. It's what drives a significant number of the Republicans who are part of their base. If Roe v. Wade can fall after nearly 50 years, everything is on the table. And it's not just reproductive freedom. It's Social Security. It's Medicare. And many of us believe it's democracy itself.
Greg, I mean, call it what it is. And this is when you have these folks in the media who play these silly little games. Donald Trump is very clear. Republicans are very clear. Oh, no, he's changing his language. He's softening. No, they are as hardcore on reproductive rights. And what Congressman Jeffries did right there is absolutely right. Call it what it is.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, Reese. There's no policy pivot. This is the end game for the 60-year war that began with the passage of the civil rights legislation of the 1960s. And as you talked about many times, the campaign of Barry Goldwater in 1964. They've reached the end game stage. Now, much like Heath Ledger playing the Joker in The Dark Knight, when he said, I'm like a dog chasing a car. I don't know what I would do with it once I get caught. I just do things. They are now victims of the chaos theory that they foment. They don't have an ideological center. What they have is a problem winning elections. There are theocrats in the United States of America who will vote for them faithfully, who don't care that Donald Trump is, for that matter, his behavior is more like the Antichrist than the Christ. They don't care about that because they're on with Christian soldiers, but that's their base. And in order to pander and cater to their base, they have to embrace this kind of policy. Now, since the nomination of Judge Robert Bork, of course, to the Supreme Court, the failed nomination, presidents and court nominees have taken the strategy of saying they don't know how they would rule. George W. Bush, as we remember, lied through his teeth when he nominated John Roberts and said, I don't have an ideological test. They've dropped that pretense as well, as you say, with Donald Trump. Now, with all due respect to Congressman Jeffries, I understand Leader Jeffries has to say what he's saying, and it's absolutely true. The simple fact of the matter is that none of it matters, because in electoral politics today in America, all that matters is you just tell the lie and keep repeating the lie. And that's, again, why mass news entertainment media is bankrupt, because their stake in this is entertainment. And so as long as you can get some eyeballs, they want it to be a horse race. But what they're playing with is literally the lives of women in this country. And that's why the Republican Party looks like, regardless of this media propaganda and this evasion of their responsibility as to support the state, looks like they're gearing up for another set of losses in the upcoming election.
Fanbase is pioneering a new era of social media for the creator economy. This next generation social media app with over 600,000 users is raising $17 million, and now is your chance to invest. For details on how to invest, visit startengine.com/fanbase or scan the QR code. Another way we're giving you the freedom to be you without limits.